Makes the stop in the secondary for Denver. 1st and 10. The fake. Good. Block in there, and down it goes. Caught at the 30.
Welcome to the Fins tailgate. It's where we elevate. Miami Dolphins talk, yeah, we never hesitate. Breaking news, hot takes, we keep it up to date. And when the fans speak up, the panel resonates. We live that aqua and orange from the field to the mic. Breaking down the plays, man, we talk it every night. From Tua to the defense, you know we keep it tight. NFL moves, you know we got the insight. We open up the floor, yeah, it's your time to shine. Fans drop the heat with opinions realigned. You got concerns, bring them, we're gonna chime. The Fins tailgates, where we keep it prime. Welcome to the Fins tailgate, it's where we elevate. Miami Dolphins talk, yeah, we never hesitate. Breaking news, hot takes, we keep it up to date. And when the fans speak up, the panel resonates. The NFL's changing, but we stay on the grind. Latest breaking stories, we don't waste no time. From the trades to the rumors, we make them all align. At the Fins tailgate, we always on the climb. We're repping the Dolphins, but it's NFL-wide. From South Beach to the league, we keep it worldwide. Got the fans engaged with the energy supplied. Come kick it at the tailgate, we're riding high tide. Welcome to the Fins tailgate, it's where we elevate. Miami Dolphins talk, yeah, we never hesitate. Breaking news, hot takes, we keep it up to date. And when the fans speak up, the panel resonates. So if you love the game, you know we got the gate. Tune in, speak out, don't wait, it's your fate. This is the Fins tailgate, now watch us dominate. Miami Dolphins, NFL, yeah, we integrate.
What is happening, Dolphin fans? And welcome to another episode of the Fins Tailgate with your host, El Capitan. Impromptu breaking news show, in case you guys didn't catch it. Dolphins finally putting a ring on that finger. And they hire a coach. Breaking news report. So as of just under 30 minutes ago or so, the Miami Dolphins have announced that they have chosen their guy, their new head coach, with their new general manager, John Eric Sullivan, painstakingly taking interviews. We've got a full list of guys that have come through the building, even somebody who came in right before the hire. They bring in Jeff Hafley for a second interview, and they don't let him leave the building without a contract signed. And the Miami Dolphins have now moved on to the "my name is Jeff." Nah, I'm just messing with you. I mean, what are we feeling about this, guys? Is this good? Is this bad? I don't know. Hit the like button on the way in, and I do want to discuss this a little bit. It's just I don't know what to feel. I'm indifferent with this Hafley hire. The Hafley hire. Is it a full measure, or did they go halfly? Did the Miami Dolphins go a full measure on their coach hire, or did they go Jeff Hafley? I don't know. To be honest, guys, he wasn't my first choice. You guys, you're watching the other day. I'm championing a guy like Clint Kubiak, but outside of Shula and Kubiak, who have a little bit of name recognition, Jeff Hafley, I don't know, right? Like, I have no reason to dislike the guy. I get it. I get it, guys. It's not who we wanted. It's not who we didn't get Harbaugh, right? We didn't get Harbaugh. We didn't get Stefanski, which would have been, the silver medal. Because it doesn't look like we had any shot on Mike Tomlin. And, so who's next? A bunch of retreads and like a guy like Saleh maybe, or some first-time guys, or, you're going to dust off, what's the dude? John Gruden? You dust off of John Gruden and try to do that? I don't know. Again, Another first-time NFL head coach. Another what seems to be what the Dolphins like to do, right? Like, there's always the overcorrection. There was the Brian Flores. He was the no nonsense, defensive minded, big tough guy, type of thing, And then when that kind of went too far, they bring in the cooler heads prevail, chummy, you know, sweet on you, best friend, uh, Mike McDrip. And now, because that didn't work, this favoritism with players, this um, whatever you want to call it. They let go Mike McDaniel, and here comes the overcorrection. Because when you hear about a guy like Hafley, some of the things that are being said are like, he's a hard nosed dude. This is it. But again, I don't know the guy. I don't know who he is. People have their opinions. Some of the comps of like what he's about is God, I don't even remember what I did with it. Respect from players and stuff like that. Just the regular good stuff, I guess. I don't know. I don't know this dude, but I didn't really know much of Mike McDaniel either. And although Mike McDaniel, in the end, when we hired him, I said, well, he got 3-4 years and they're gonna let him go. I don't know if he can do it. I don't know if he can build a roster. I don't know if he can build a coaching staff. I don't know if whatever. And I would say ultimately the Dolphins hire of Mike McDaniel was the right hire with the wrong results. I don't know. I don't know what to think. Right? Like okay, so now Brian Flores, I thought they should have stuck it out with homeboy. I thought that no nonsense, takes no talent type of thing. I was on board. I was like, yeah. This Pop Warner rules. We're gonna trash on. I mean, the sensitive nonsense is gone, and then now we went right back to the sensitive. Is this Hafley guy gonna come in? He's gonna be like, no more sensitiveness around here, which is exactly what everybody wants. Me, myself included. I'm like, no more cool kids table, no more favoritism, no more best bud chums. Like everyone's the same. We're gonna be a lunch pail football team and blue collar, and it's the name on the on the front, not on the back. Like the shirt, like friggin' the sayings start coming out, right? And okay, like bet that, make it happen, dog, kill it. But is Hafley the dude? I don't know, honestly. So I ain't gonna hold nothing against him. I will be listening. Dude, I'm a diehard Dolphin fan from births, son. From births. Born into it like the rest of us. Most of y'all that are Dolphin fans over 25 years, well, shit, even the young ones. How do you think we get new Dolphin fans? It isn't because they're watching them in the playoffs on prime time. That's for damn certain. That ain't what happened. I mean, that's how they got me, but I also was born into it. I'm going to read off some accomplishments. Yes, Ronan, I'm going to do that. Actually, interesting question by you, CRR. He is going to have to make a decision on Tua, right? Like out the rip, dog. What are we doing with this bitch ass quarterback? We getting like he better make the right decision. What if he goes, well, I want to see him. I gotta get my eyes on Tua, and I'll tell you, dude, if he starts talking about needing to get eyes on Tua and make a fair assessment, I'm gonna be Joe Philbin all of a sudden. And last coach we got from the Packers didn't really work out. I feel like we got fleeced out of that shit, dog. Fleeced. I feel like we got and what a dark era in Dolphins football with the Philbin era. Like when we think about times in the era of football, we completely forget about him. Oh my God. Shout out to Joe. Says my glass is halfly empty. Eh, I didn't hit like I thought it would. My glass is halfly empty. I'm a halfly. I see a cup half. Wait. Hold on, let me get it. Oh, are you a halfly cup full guy or a halfly cup empty guy? That's the question. Who is Hafley? Who is Jeff Hafley? Who is this guy? Not gonna, hate on homie. He'd come in here and make the whole thing better, dude. I don't know. Buddy come in here and shake some shit up. He might come in here throwing bows up in this bitch. You know what I'm saying? He might come in here like, listen, all this shit ain't gonna work. God, I hope so, dude. I hope I hope Jeff Hafley comes in there. Fucking starts throwing tables. That would be incredible. So Dolphins interviewed Joe Brady, and then this earlier in the day, it was announced that they were interviewing Patrick Graham, the defensive coordinator from the Raiders. Now they had already interviewed Jeff Hafley, right? But for all y'all that don't know, there was a second bit of part of news out here, and it was this. BG breaking news report. So, like an hour before the Dolphins hired their coach, a couple hours, right? It was announced that John McDermott, I got the axe, son. Got the axe. And Dolphin fans are like, whoa, we need to take a little bit of second here. Hey, we need to take a little bit of second here to see what's going. I mean, Dermott, he would love to get rid. I mean, he was pissed. I don't know if you guys know this, but there's video going around. He is fucking pissed. He felt like it was unjustified. I feel like they saved face for the franchise and how broken up everybody was, and like there's this sadness. And rather than, I mean, they're not going to get rid of the quarterback because let's call it for what it is. It's so hard to find quarterbacks like Josh Allen. And after everybody was bitch crying after that loss, I wanted to make fun of him. I couldn't even make fun of him. That's kind of the thing. It was like, oh, now y'all just sad. Like you went from being like hated or beloved, one or the other. Now I just feel sad for you. And that's kind of how I feel about my Dolphins, but like weepy for the Bills because like, ew, gross. So they needed a shakeup and they fired their coach. I don't know if I wanted him, but hey, Dolphins said, I don't even want to look at him. Dolphins said, I don't even want to look at Dermott. So we know that he is. Didn't you see? He just made his team cry. I'm not hiring a guy that makes their team cry. Boys be weeping at the fucking podium. I can't have fucking crybabies up in here. I mean, did he make them soft as shit or what? I don't know. Who do we blame? Anyhow, shout out to Mr. Finisher. They should have redeemed this franchise by rehiring Flores. Yeah, I feel you, dog. And start over right away. Again, this move seems temporary to have ruined a dynasty in the making. I got to be honest. Again, I don't know how many times I said this is the most talented football team minus the quarterback I've seen ever. 2023 and 24, dude, top to bottom, young draft picks, coaching. I mean, you name it, dude. 23 and 24, the Dolphins should have fucking owned. Potentially 25. No, just couldn't. I think about it. Achan, Waddle, Tyreek, Darren Waller. Who else? Jonnu Smith, Alec Ingold. Say what you want, but like as far as weaponry goes, at a friggin' fullback, a weapon, just whatever. If they could build that again around the right quarterback, they'll have some shit, boys. Shout out to Mr. Finisher with the Donny. Salute, my dog. Yeah, that would have been dope, but that ain't never gonna happen. I said that too, but what are you gonna do? So, all right, let's go into a little bit about our new head coach right here. Oh, interesting thing, guys, on this coaching cycle. Right now, we've got the Bills, the Steelers, the Ravens, the Browns, the Titans, the Raiders, and the Cardinals still vacant with coaching positions available. I gotta imagine that quite a bit of those teams that are down there are looking at some of the coordinators in the playoffs and thinking to themselves, hey, I'd like to get these guys in here. Because the Steelers, the Ravens, the Bills, all top jobs, I got to imagine, minus the Steelers who don't have a quarterback. At least it's a storied franchise. If you get the job, you're going to be there quite a while as long as you do the Steelers thing. Ravens got Lamar Jackson, which there's some news about Lamar Jackson we'll get into a little bit later too. Some crazy shit. I mean, all kinds of stuff just flying fast and furious at you right now going on. Hit the like button, everybody. Make sure everyone's getting those likes up. So, as the defensive coordinator for the Green Bay Packers this past season, Jeff Hafley, I want to call him Hafley. It's Hafley. Jeff Hafley, his defense, his unit that he ran, was 8th in points allowed, 8th in touchdowns allowed, 10th in passing yards allowed per game, 9th in rushing yards allowed per game, and 10th in turnovers. I mean, that's a top 10 defense. You can't say anything else. There you go. And remember, they lost their quarterback this year for some time. They were on a shaky ground offensively. I would say even in the playoff game that they lost, it was on the offense for certain, right? We know that. Guy coached a hell of a unit. A lot of people had some things to say about him, and obviously positive things. Let me see if I can find that. Where'd it go? I thought I had it. Give me a second. Let me see if I can find it. I thought I had audio. Oh, yeah, there it is. Why isn't it finding? Here's a little bit of audio of Richard Sherman talking about Jeff Hafley. If I can get a damn thing to play. This was back in 2018, 19, and 20 when he was the DB's coach over there with the Niner back when Sherman was there. And this is how it goes, right? The the talk and the stamps of approval and all that good stuff comes through. And as expected, like here's what Matt LaFleur had to say on him. I forget when.
Well, I've always respected his football, and I love his demeanor. I love his passion for football, his passion for people. I think he's an unbelievable communicator. He's got a great demeanor about him. He's well liked, but he's demanding at the same time. And I think that is when people can be demanding, but they still are well respected. And in his instance, I would say he's a well liked guy. Just by the way he treats people, I think he treats people the right way. And you always look at the man first, the coach second. And I think, as good of a coach as he is, I think he's even a better person.
Great person, beloved by players, does it the right way. Good Thank goodness, right? I mean, we knew the Dolphins weren't going to hire another wave maker. And again, all faith put into John Eric Sullivan. It's not outside of the realm of comfortability and John Eric Sullivan getting in the building, wanting to immediately start with his building blocks with an ally. Now, how good can Jeff Hafley be? What can, what kind of I hate to say it, but what kind of leash does he have with the organization? Say so. Is this guy gonna, have 2-3 years to get this thing rebuilt? I mean, we're rolling in with quarterback problems. No answer. Obvious turnover on the roster. I mean, or is this, are they gonna re-sign these guys and figure out some cap space? We'll go. We're gonna carry all this negative cap. Are they gonna try Tua out? I mean, so many things have to be discussed, decided, and moved as the draft is around the corner. I mean, it's a coming. It's a coming. You're going to turn around. I mean, national championship game is today, baby. Go Canes. Make sure you guys are going to be here for it. But, you got to remember, these guys got to start scouting. He's got a coaching staff to hire. He's got an offense to implement. He's got a defense. Well, he knows defense, so at least he's got that covered. Right. Really, a lot of defensive coaches that are defensive minded coaches that get the job, their job hinges just as important on them doing their job really good in the defense as it is to get that OC hire right. 'Cause that offense ain't popping, and you look to him, and he got no answers. Now what? Now what? You know what I'm saying? Like, things are popping. Yeah, you right, Cap. Content is coming. I'm gonna be here for it all. We're gonna dissect everything. I want to look at it all. I want to make certain, again, and let me give you guys a little bit of background of Hafley. Now, here's a great article I found from Fox. Greg Uman, I guess, I don't know. Uman said this story was originally published in October. So now he's the Dolphins head coach. So this is just something they were talking, when the Packers defense was popping off and people were like, what's going on with this defense? Hafley, yada, da, 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 da. Now remember, just want to point out, they got Micah Parsons. Don't forget, they traded for Micah Parsons, and you saw the precipitous drop that the Dallas Cowboys defense had when Parsons wasn't on the football team. I mean, they went circling the drain real quick. So listen to this. This is what they wrote about the guy. And the first time Jeff Hafley went out on a limb and took a leap of faith, he was only 26 years old. The now Green Bay Packers defensive coordinator had a $40,000 a year job as a defensive backs coach in Albany. And his goal in the spring in 2006 was to learn as much about coaching as possible. Every weekend, he'd find a coaching clinic, jump in. He'd find a coaching clinic, jump in his Subaru Outback. Is he a lesbian? Jump in his Subaru Outback and drive there, soaking in as much football X's and O's as he could. Hafley met Pitt defensive coordinator Paul Rhodes and learned that the then head coach Dave Wannstedt had an open door policy where young coaches were welcome to watch spring ball and sit in on his meetings. He attended a practice, then the spring game, and kept coming back, even working summer camps there. Shout out Dave Wannstedt, the homie. Hated around here. I don't know why. I grabbed my defensive coordinator and said, every time I turn around, this Hafley guy's here, Wannstedt told me. This guy is a grinder, man. He can't get enough. Wannstedt had an opening on his staff in 2006 for a chance to work with the exceptional player and cornerback Darrelle Revis. But it was only It was only a graduate assistant's job, paying about $7,000. So Jeff Hafley, with a $7,000 assistant to Darrelle Revis job, he took the job. He brought in an air mattress, and for 2 years he slept in his office in Pitt's football facility. Homie's grinding. He'd go to dinner with his parents after a home game, and then he'd drop off, and then they drop him off up at the office, joking he had the nicest house in all of Pittsburgh. For me, it was like, look, I want to coach. I can kind of give up. He goes, I kind of gave up on everything, like most coaches do. Hafley told me, you don't really get to see your family. You don't get to see your friends. You lose touch with people. I said, I'm going to try this. I'm going to try to do this until I'm 30 years old and get as far as I can. If it works, I'm going to keep going with it. If not, then I'll reassess. I'll just keep going, and I'll never look back. Hafley didn't even have an apartment at the time. Hold on a second. Of course, somebody's calling me while I'm reading this. Hafley didn't even have an apartment at the time, but he was making an impression on everyone around him. If we would have a 7:30 staff meeting, I'm in the office at around 6, and I'd hear voices, Wannstedt said. He's got our freshmen and all the young defensive backs in the meeting at 6:30 in the morning. There's nobody in the building. Coaches are just now coming in, and Jeff's in there having a player meeting. And I said to myself, this guy gets it. The humble roots had started earlier as an often injured receiver from Montana, New Jersey, or what is it? Montevideo. Okay. New Jersey. Players at Division I AA Siena, which could discontinue its football program 3 years after he left. This is Siena College. He had, what the fuck? They just jumped right away to his fucking Division II fucking football thing with no explanation. All right. This was Siena College. You really had to love football to play there, Jay Bateman said. Hafley's head coach in 2000, and now he's the defensive coordinator of the Texas A&M Aggies, told me. He was such a good teammate, a tremendous worker. He loved football. That was a very driven group of kids, and Jeff was one of the leaders of that team. As far as being a good receiver, that was questionable, and he'd say the same thing. He's a typical eye black wristbands, go out there and block people and run the right routes every time. But like he wasn't getting open a lot. Just a leader of men, and he was always being that way. When Hafley was pondering leaving Albany and uncertain about his GA job and the certainty of sleeping in his office, he called Bateman and asked, what should I do? Bet on yourself, Bateman told him. You have the talent to coach at the level and above. He's a tremendous coach. He believes what he believes. I talk to him all the time, and we talk about scheme. But honestly, it's more about how he's messaging things to his players. He'll be a head coach in the NFL soon. When Wannstedt resigned after his 2010 season, one of his former assistants, Greg Schiano, called him and asked who his the best young coaches are. Schiano hired Hafley to his staff at Rutgers, and a year later brought him along when he became the Tampa Bay Bucs head coach. I learned so much from Coach Wannstedt at a young age and on how to be a coach, how to treat people, how to treat a staff, how to communicate with players, Hafley says. He probably influenced me more than anyone else on that stuff. That really shaped me. Schiano is one of the most detailed, demanding coaches I've ever been around. He helped me be more detailed in my X's and O's, to dot my I's and cross my T's. I think it's a cool combination to have those two different guys because they're pretty different guys. Okay, guys, 2 time. I'll take something from everybody. Hafley went to the Bucs then to the Browns 2 years later, when the 49ers, and then the 49ers, and for 3 years. He went through a 2-14 season, a 3-13 season, a 4-12, excuse me, 4-12 seasons. Never a winning record in his first 7 years as an NFL assistant. Uh-oh. I don't like that. I don't like that. Why? Why's that got to be the stat he put in there? But Hafley had good fortune to be surrounded by future NFL head coaches. In Cleveland, he worked with Kyle Shanahan, Mike McDaniel, Aaron Glenn, Kevin O'Connell. With the 49ers, he studied under Shanahan and with Robert Saleh and DeMeco Ryans, along with future Ohio State coach Ryan Day. It's all these young guys, and we're picking each other's brains. Hafley said, "We're talking football. It's like heaven, right? All these good people who are good coaches. I've been around some great staffs. I've learned a lot of football just being around Kyle Shanahan."
Good. He should start a YouTube channel.
Huh?
Good. He should start a YouTube channel then.
Yeah, he's connected. It would be cool to hear him. All these good coaches, good people I've been around. I've been around some great staffs. I learned a lot from football just being around Kyle Shanahan. You want to talk about having to know what you're doing and having to answer for what you're doing, being able to be confident in what you're teaching scheme-wise and being challenged and being on it. If you don't know what you're doing around Kyle, it's not going to go very good. Okay? Kyle ruling with an iron fist, apparently. Day hired Hafley to the Ohio State Buckeyes to be their defensive coordinator in 2019, starting a second stint in college. After a year with the Buckeyes, he was the head coach of the Boston College. Still only 41 years old, he pushed through the COVID-19 pandemic, through the start of the transfer portal and name, image, and likeness era, going 22-26 in 4 seasons, but making a bowl game and winning in his 4th year. But Hafley wasn't really coaching and wasn't really happy. What? What do you mean he wasn't really coaching? What the fuck does that mean? He was the head coach of Boston College and he wasn't really coaching?
I think that's trying to say that he was in a system where he couldn't really spread his wings, I think is what they're trying to say.
I don't understand that at all. Okay, all right. Well,
it's kind of like if I was to...
I didn't realize this was a fucking novel color. Holy
I know. Bro, the moment you said he drove a Subaru, bro, I mean, what did he buy it from Mike McDaniel's mother? You know what I mean?
It's super. Well, he was a young guy, Subaru Outback. I mean,
Cap, you've been a young guy too. Did you ever even think for a second to buy a Subaru Outback?
Never, dude. I've never owned anything but trucks.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with it, dude. I get it, but come on, man. Come on. I mean, go out west, okay, to the mountains, and you tell me, you write down a list of everybody you see driving a Subaru Outback, and then come back and give me the results.
All right, well, let's continue. He says, but Hafley wasn't really coaching and wasn't really happy in Boston College. I'm a guy that loves football and loves to coach. In my last 2 years, I wasn't coaching football games anymore, he told me. It felt like I was doing some other job. It was hard for me to leave the team, so hard for me to leave the team. But I wasn't myself anymore because I wasn't doing what I really wanted to do. What? Wait a second. All right. Real quick. Let's pause because I've been going and going and going.
Wait, didn't he devote his entire life to becoming a coach?
Well, at 23, he said, I'm going full tilt. I'm going to learn coaching. He had a $40,000 a year job in Albany and said, fuck it. Goes and sleeps in the facility in Pittsburgh, making like nothing for 2 years.
Yeah, and that's the other thing, Cap. Who hasn't done that?
Well, I mean, listen, you got to make your bones, dog.
I'm just saying it's almost as if they're all getting from the same AI script, dude. Well, they slept in the office. Who didn't?
Yeah. Well, guess what? You go to every one of those offices like that, there's someone sleeping in there because he's the guy that wants it. And he don't know
and you
nobody.
can rent it out for $2,000 a month to the average person. That's the type of office these guys are sleeping in.
Yeah, it's again, I don't care. Yeah, on a couch in the office, showering in the facilities. You know what? At 25 years old,
with personal assistants at your whim.
So, all right, let's continue because it's weird to hear. Here's the thing. So, recap up to this point, people. Hit the like button on your way in if you guys are just getting in here. I see a couple of y'all. Recap up to.
Hey, I'd sleep in one of those facilities without becoming the head coach, bro.
Recap up to this point on the 30 for 30 Jeff Hafley. Started in Albany, had a $40,000 a year paying job, goes to Dave Wanstadt to be the assistant to the wide receivers coach, making nothing, sleeping at Pitt's facility for 2 years, gets noticed by let's see, hold up, what did he say? Yeah, dude, I can't. It's a little bit bouncy around. Oh, then he goes.
Yeah, we just had 4 military copters fly over in formation, dude, heading south.
He gets over to Rutgers, then latches on as the DC at Rutgers, latches on to Tampa Bay's head coach when he got the job over there. Goes from the Bucks to the Browns to the Niners, all as an assistant over 7 years on all losing seasons. Didn't have a winning season as an assistant for 7 years. Okay, rough go of it. Then ends up going to Ohio State, becomes their defensive coordinator in 2019, then goes to Boston College and takes the Boston College job and is their head coach. So essentially at this point, and this is okay, now that I'm recapping a little bit, kind of making sense. Got into the NFL as an assistant, went around, tried to work his way up in the NFL, really didn't get his shot, was a part of a lot of losing programs for 7 years, ends up washing out of the NFL and going back to college, getting a DC opportunity with Ohio, does good. It's Ohio. You're going to do all right. Gets the Boston College job and is just on cruise control at the Boston College job. And then he says, you know what? It went through COVID, went through the NIL, went through all this stuff, a lot going on. Says, you know what? I'm not happy doing this anymore. So this is what he says. The emergence of the NIL and the threat of players transfer grew with each year, and at Boston College, Wanstadt talked regularly with Hafley and recognized how much of a uphill battle recruiting became when other schools in the ACC had larger financial commitments. Boston College, they don't have the resources that Clemson has, some of those other teams. Wanstadt said, you're busting your tail recruiting these guys. You train them for a year, you coach them for a year, and then they start having success and you can't afford them no more. The NIL was just starting to gear up then, and some of these teams couldn't compete. All right. That's now explain a little bit. You got burnt out on the NIL and being Boston College. Gotcha.
Okay, but do you not see what's going on there, Cap?
It's making an excuse for quitting.
Well, not only that, but does he think it's going to get any better in the NFL? You're literally dealing with salary caps and having to afford players.
Thing. You want to have.
When it gets tough, when we get in a bad way with our salary cap, he's going to just quit on us and give up.
I don't know. So all right, so
we're already in cap hell. Remember?
Hafley remembers sitting down with receiver Zay Flowers, a future first-round draft pick, and Flowers was up front with him, telling him other schools were calling with offers, tempting him to take more money elsewhere. He convinced Flowers to stay, but it was a sign of everything to come. It's devastating, Hafley says, when that keeps happening.
Hold on, Cap. I got to answer. I got to interrupt you, bro. It's already starting. The pom-pom waving. Bro, Justin Cord, listen to my words, bro. Don't start this nonsense, okay? He's not Bill Belichick. Okay, don't start. Okay, I know the NIL is different than the NFL. The point that you missed was he got frustrated and bored and discouraged because they couldn't afford the players that he coached up anymore. And that is the NFL. Whether you want to pom-pom wave for this guy or not, why don't you just wait until he starts coaching and then form an opinion on the guy?
Well, we're going to find out. This is obviously a bit of a puff piece too. Remember, they got
Well, why don't you lock your mother's cabinet and I'll lay off the sauce, dickwad?
Pour me one, color. It's devastating, Hafley says, when that happens over and over again. You pour everything into these guys and you're coaching them and teaching them and coaching them, and then you were maybe their only offer, and then now the potential might be them leaving for more money. They're not thinking about their degree, they're not thinking about their education. So instead of coaching, I'm on the phone trying to raise money. I got to the point where I said, I don't want to do this. He adds, I had stopped coaching. I'm doing a job that wasn't for me, that I always dreamt to be. That's kind of what it comes down to. It sounds like the guy is no longer coaching a team. It's all about, recruiting and paying and driving up money.
Literally the job of an NFL head coach.
Well, that's the job of college coaches really now. Like,
come on, man.
It's a
How many
full-time.
times in the past 5 years have we heard our organization and fan base to tell us, "Oh, well, it would be nice to get that superstar, but we can't. We have to settle for whoever Chris Greer shoves in his."
We just have to overpay for stars. So,
but my point is, do you think that this guy with this attitude that you're describing to me would have survived Chris Greer?
No.
That's my point.
I don't.
When the GM brings him a bunch of generic groceries, okay, from Winn-Dixie, what's he going to do with them? Is he going to get frustrated and quit?
Here's what I wonder, Color, and this is by way of what I've heard out of the GM and by way of kind of what I'm reading here now, that they're trying to build a team that doesn't depend on star power. And then when they get star power, they'll figure out how to keep them.
Well, we already have that team.
That's true. Well, let's see what he can do. Well, let's continue. All right. Hafley had 2 years left in his Boston contract, which reportedly paid him $4 million annually. Holy shit! And is close to what a top NFL coordinator can make. Packers head coach Matt LaFleur reached out to Hafley, who worked with LaFleur's brother Mike with the Niners. They connected. It became clear that a return to the NFL was exactly what Hafley needed. I don't know what my expectation was other than I couldn't wait to get back coaching football again and immerse myself in a football team again, Hafley says. So far, it's been a lot of fun. You can't ask. I got to bring it up here. You can't ask this. You ask if this is what I expected. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I love what I'm doing. I love to go into work. I love the guys. I love to coach. I love being around the staff. I love looking forward to every single day coaching. Talking to his best players, Hafley has coached. Jesus Christ. Richard Sherman, we already played that part. Rondé Barber, 37, playing safety for the first time. Hafley was 33 in his coaching position, so coordinating positions. Rondé Barber, he's a quiet leader, qualifies graduate. People gravitate towards. Holy shit! Doesn't it sound like Mike McDaniel? Sounds like Mike McDaniel.
No, it actually sounds like his mom.
I've watched a lot of Green Bay tapes, and they don't
have gray hair too.
Rondé Barber says this is exactly like the article that we were reading on Mike McDaniel. But hey, listen, was Mike McDaniel the wrong guy?
Bro,
look,
okay, Cap.
Michael in chat goes, "Damn, what a whack career."
What do this exercise later tonight, Cap? Go to Copilot and have it just write a synopsis about you, and watch it spit out the same goddamn thing you just read.
Yeah, but it's got a couple of quotes too.
Well, of course.
Yeah, Color does kind of hate the hire, I think.
Well, it's not that I hate the hire or hate the guy. I mean, come on, he
hate
could
the
be great.
propaganda. You hate
My
the
point
propaganda.
is, what did we waste all this time for? We have an unknown, okay? We have an unknown quarterback, and
An unknown
instead of giving Mike McDaniel, the guy that's been in the building and has built what we already have here, okay, and giving him another chance with a different quarterback, which would also be an unknown situation. Instead of that, we're going to blow the whole thing up and bring in the same exact guy.
Well, same exact guy.
I'll wait.
Hold on,
I'll
Color.
wait.
Not the exact same guy,
No,
because this guy coaches defense.
Okay, well, listen. The guy earlier, I told him, don't start waving the pom-poms yet. And I'll be fair, I won't hate the guy yet. But what I hate about it is the fact that we are in the same boat. We have no idea what we're talking about. None of us do, because none of us know this guy and what he's going to do. At least with another guy that has a record, we could sit here and give a valid opinion. None of us have a valid opinion about this guy now, including myself.
It's funny.
So anybody out there telling you that they know what this guy's going to do is jerking your chain.
I love this comment from Ghost. We need to clip this. He says, "I'm sorry, El Cap, but this monologue sounds like a man that when shit gets rough will run away and quit."
That's all I've heard. That's exactly what Ghost is picking up. Exactly what I'm putting down.
I hope that's not the fact, but that's, I mean, kind of.
Well, hey, look at the bright side. Everybody else that come in here is, God. So the fact that they're telling us right out to the bat that this guy is a normal man that's fallible, hey, I actually kind of might like the guy.
So, I don't know. Again, it's
the bright side is he's seen a whole lot of losing. He knows what losing looks like.
He was an assistant positions coach for like 5 years in college, moved to an assistant positions coach in 7 years in the NFL.
Do you notice the common denominator to every destination he's been?
Well, when he was in the
People
NFL,
just don't really care about winning. Everything is all about the organization, the relationships. It's the names you read off. Every single one of them. It's the same crew. We just got a guy from the same crew because for some reason, Ross don't like McDaniel anymore personally. Because it's the same guy, bro.
Couldn't this be the guy right here? Can't this be the guy?
And this is meant as a compliment, by the way, because, I know they come at the guy a lot.
Isn't this the dude? Isn't this the dude? I mean, that guy looks like funny, bro. I mean, Color.
I think that's why Sarny likes him.
Tell me, is that the dude?
I mean, he looks the part, I guess. He's got the gum in his mouth,
Well, I do. It's funny you should say he looks the part, because I did find an interesting little tidbit from him on the internet. It's pretty wild. Him while he was coaching, like hopefully this is the guy. Like this was him while he was with the Packers.
Maybe he'll be good because all the rest of the crew don't like him.
I don't know, guys, but I mean, this is gonna be our new head coach. Dude is a monster. I mean, there he is.
He's been working out at your gym, bro. Look at that, man.
There's our new head coach right there, boys. That's our guy.
I mean, I don't know. To me, it's a cookie cutter, and he needs to break the mold, and we'll see what happens, dude. I mean, he's a cookie cutter.
Better than a turd cutter.
Man drove a Subaru Outback. Like, really, bro? I I know everybody thinks I'm harping
You
on
know
the
what's fucking
Subaru.
funny, color?
Dude,
Like,
go out to Colorado,
it's
bro.
only
Tell me who
for-
drives the Subarus.
dude, from humble beginnings, driving a 1999 Subaru Outback,
Bro,
sleeping
he
on the
would've-
floor of his office,
bro, I would have been
following
running
around
the wall.
Coach Wannstedt like a lost puppy dog, trying to absorb all the football
Yo,
knowledge.
I
Takes the long road, the hard road. Had to give up. Was tried and true.
I slept
Tested
in the
with a
office.
duality. I love football.
He
I'm
was the
finally
first
a head
in the
coach.
building and the last
And
one
I
to go.
don't like how it's happening. And now a rebirthing story as a defensive coordinator on a top 10 defense for a season. And he now has a friend that is the general manager of the Miami Dolphins. All of the accumulation of a lifetime of work. He's buying a new 2027 fucking Outback. That's what's going to happen.
Right. There you
He's
go.
buying new.
Can't wait for Hafley to pull up
He's
trolling
gonna
the
buy a
Bills
new one,
to
dude.
the Subaru
Hafley,
Outback.
he's getting a 2027 Outback, dude.
Oh God.
It'll
that's
come full
hilarious.
circle, color.
No, that would be hilarious if he got some kind of
I'll
like
tell you what,
$150,000
if homie
Subaru.
rolls up in the team parking lot and I see him in a motherfucking Subaru Outback,
With
first
the
of all,
mufflers cackling out the back.
no, cackling for fuck you, flex at this point. Like, you know about Outbacks, everybody does. He ain't a football guy and not know about it and caught shit. I'm saying right now, if you're driving up to a football facility in a Subaru Outback, you are people, motherfuckers is pressing you all the
Yo,
time. So
he
that's a
oughta-
bad son of a bitch. Honestly, I ain't
No
messing with.
cap. You know what would make it even better? If there was a fucking gator in the back of it rolling up to the building.
Yeah. He's got that, and there's a gator in a deer skin drying
Literally
out.
just
on the
got back
of it.
from the Outback.
Yeah. There's a gator tied up and duct taped in the back, and then there's a deer skin draped over like on bungees drying out. Now that's a guy I can respect.
That's him picking up Zach Sealer on the way to work.
Hell yeah. Listen, he comes up with a jacked up fucking Subaru Outback on spinners. I'm going to be like, that's our guy. That's our dude.
All right, now we're starting to like the guy, dude.
Listen, I got nothing. When I started it, I was like,
What
well,
else
I got
can we
nothing
do,
against
bro?
him.
He's our coach.
I got nothing against him. But I don't know anything about him either.
Hey,
So,
yo, I will say this. He's going to fit right in South Florida, bro. I will give him that.
Color, I don't know if you know this. As long as you're cool, and I don't mean like cool, you have to be like a cool guy, but like you don't be fucking with everything. Everyone gets along in South Florida. You can be from,
and believe it or not,
of any creed, of any religion. The only rule in Florida
don't
is
take yourself too seriously.
not just that, but do whatever you want. Just don't tell me what I can't do.
Right.
That's what we hate the most. You
Leave me
can't
my
fish
liberty.
here. Fuck you. You can't park here. Fuck you.
Leave me
do
my
that.
liberty.
Right? Yeah, bitch. Don't tell me newbie. I've been here my whole life. Don't tell me where I can fish.
Oh,
I've been
the other
fishing
thing,
here
Cap, is
way before you
not
guys.
just you can't do this, but you have to do this. Bullshit. I have to do what?
I ain't got. Yeah, don't make me do nothing, and don't take away what I want to do, and we're gonna be just fine here. We're gonna be just fine.
It's like you got to breathe air, color. I got to do what?
Yeah. So like if Jeff Hafley rolls up with a gator in the back of his Outback in the facility, if someone tells him you can't have that gator here, fucking beat that guy's ass, Jeff Hafley. Can't have this gator here. Who the fuck are you? What you mean? It's in my property. I got that gator. That's my gator. That's my truck. I'm gonna deal with it later. Don't go over there fucking with it. He shows up in a Prius.
You're gonna have him rolling up.
Prius, dude. I think the team should flip his car in the park.
Oh yeah. I mean, yeah.
He shows up with a Prius. You flip his car. You run him up out of here. Now here's the question, Color. Before we get going, because I'm gonna close this down. I'm gonna eat, and then we're coming back. Color, you gonna be able to get the game in the back?
No, because it's on ESPN and they don't broadcast over the revenues.
Oh shit!
It's not simulcast on ABC.
Uh-oh. Well,
We might need to get.
you might have to
Ali-
run point. I
Ali's
might have to
his
be
channel.
on the.
We might. I don't know if he
might
can.
have-
show it.
What?
I said Ali's on his channel. I don't know if he's able to share it with on our backstage, but he did it for me last game.
Well, we might.
Otherwise, I'll have to be on the phone in my living room.
Adam, be driving. Adam, you look like a Prius driver, dog. You look like a Prius driver. Listen, I'm all for hybrids.
Oh, he's from
Yeah,
Jersey.
yeah.
Oh.
Hafley and Sullivan do look related. They both got that fucking crew cut.
Yeah,
I
they
heard
do.
somebody.
I'm getting the guys confused, bro, and they both look like Sarney.
Well, no, they both kind of look like
a 5 o'clock shadow Sarney.
Yeah.
That's what they look like.
or fucking Travis Wingfield.
Yeah, a little bit. Except not as they don't look as dorky as Travis Wingfield.
Yeah. I mean, dude, you're right, Color. That guy is no Travis Wingfield right there. Look at that guy.
But seriously, if you clean shave that 5 o'clock shadow and kind of make his hair a little more curly, it's Sarney, bro.
Well, Sarney knows his shit. Shout out to
I know. I'm not trying to insult Sarney.
No, I know that. I know you're not insulting Sarney.
Yeah.
I know you're not insulting Sarn. The Sarn man.
I mean, I'd like to look like a head coach from the NFL. You know what I mean?
Sarn man.
I probably do look a little like Joe Philbin.
Listen, I don't care about the hairline, Joe. Fuck his hairline. I don't care. I you know who said something? I forget who said it. But they said he looks like Major Chip Hazard from Small Soldiers. You know what I'm saying? You know what that is?
Yeah.
It's the movie.
Yeah. I do like the haircut though. I ain't got time to worry about what it looks like. Just shave it haircut. You know what I mean?
High and tight, baby. Give me high and tight.
Got better things to worry about than my hair.
Yeah.
Just cut it.
Tight. Stop playing with me.
That's how I roll with my haircut. But believe it or not, in South Florida, you also can't take yourself too seriously. And I know everybody thinks, how the hell does Color live there? But believe it or not, I don't actually take myself that seriously. It's only when I'm on this stupid social media platform that everybody aggravates me.
There's our new head coach, boys. There he is. Jeff Hafley.
Yo, put him in Dolphin gear, bro. We got to get HB working on that.
There he is right there. Jeff Hafley, new Miami Dolphins head coach. Guy is ready for action. Hit the like button, everybody. All right, we're out of here.
I thought the game was at 7, bro.
7:30.
Oh, okay.
So,
good.
I don't know, Color. Color, you might have to run point. I might have to get on the phone and be downstairs then.
Well, something.
All right. I'll see you backstage. I don't know. I'll see you backstage. Guys, make sure you're coming to watch the Canes game because we win tonight, baby. Hit the like button, everybody. Appreciate y'all coming through. Subscribe and hit the notification bell.